Assalamualaikum and hi madam, my name is Nurul Atikah and Rosman. So today I will present about an analysis corporate financial performance, a trend and comparative study. So for this presentation, I choose company Alam Maritime Resources Berhad and Icon Offshore Berhad. Alright madam, so Alam Maritime Resources Berhad is an investment holding company with subsidiaries that mainly involve in the provision of marine transportation support service, marine construction related service, subsea engineering and offshore pipeline installation, and they are listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia Securities Berhad since 20 July 2006. And they are the largest owner of Malaysian flagged OSVs in terms of tonnage in Malaysia. And next is Icon Offshore Berhad. Icon is the largest offshore support vessel OSV provider in Malaysia. They own and operates one of the youngest, fastest growing and most sophisticated fleets of OSV in Southeast Asia. They provide a wide range of logistical support service throughout the entire offshore oil and gas life cycle and is a Malaysia-based OSV provider, and all the vessels are Malaysian flagged. For the methodology financial ratio, there are ratio analysis that are divided into two, which is trend analysis and cross-sectional analysis. And here is the type of ratio. First is liquidity ratio, second is the activity ratio, third is debt ratio, and fourth is profitability ratio. Alright, so let's continue for the trend analysis of current ratio for the company of Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. So throughout the year, we can see that the ratio is inconsistent. From the year 2018-2019, the ratio is decreased from 1.68 to 1.30. It shows that the liquidity of the Alam Maritime Resources Berhad is low, which makes it is hard for the company to pay its creditor. Meanwhile, from 2019 to 2020, the ratio is decreasing from 1.30 to 0.91. Okay, next for the company Icon Offshore Berhad. As it is shown in the table above, the ratio from 2018 to 2019 is decreasing. It indicates that the liquidity is low, which means the company cannot afford to pay its creditors. In the year 2019 to 2020, the ratios are increasing from 0.13 to 1.6. So the company's liquidity indicates that the company can pay to its creditor. Okay, so now is for the quick ratio for company Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. Throughout the year 2018 to 2019, it shows that the ratio decreasing, which indicates that the liquidity is low, and the company is having a hard time to pay its short-term obligation when they are not rely on their inventory. Meanwhile, in year 2020, the ratio is even decreasing from 1.30 to 0.91, which shows that the company are having a hard time to pay its short-term obligation. So next for the Icon Offshore Berhad, in the year 2018 to 2019, the ratio is decreasing from 0.17 to 0.12, which shows that the liquidity is low and the company is hard to pay its short-term obligation when they are not rely on their inventory. In the year 2019 to 2020, the ratio is increasing from 0.12 to 1.60, which indicates that the company can afford its short-term obligations. Alright, so for the inventory turnover for the company of Alam Maritime Resources Berhad, the table shows that from the year 2018 to 2019, there is an increase in the activity ratio for Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. It is increasing from 81.4 to 379.53, and it is shown that it is very effective when the company use inventory to generate their sales. But later in the year of 2020, the ratio is decreasing from 379.53 to 273.23. which indicates that it is not very effective for the company where they did not use their inventory to generate sales, as it is show decrement. And for the company of Icon Offshore Berhad, the inventory ratio for the year 2018 and 2019 is decreasing from 258.96 to 39.30, which indicates that it is not good result of effectiveness using the inventory to generate their sales. Later in the year 2020, the inventory ratio is increasing from 39.30 to 141.30, which shows a very good signs of using the inventory to generate their sales, as it does not show massive amount of decrement. Next is total asset turnover for the company of Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. From the 2018 until 2019, they shows an increment of total assets turnover ratio that is from 0.15 to 0.47. It indicates that the company can manage all its resources to generate their sales. Later onwards, on the year 2019 until 2020, the total assets turnover is still increasing to is 0.54. So it shows that the company can continue to manage all its resources to generate their sales. So for the Icon Offshore Berhad, based on the table from the year 2018 to year 2019, the total assets turnover ratio is increasing from 0.25 to 0.26. On the year to 2020, it still shows an increasing on the amount of total asset turnover, which is from 0.26 to 0.27. So the ratio is increasing, and it indicates that the company can manage all its resources to generate their sales. Debt ratio for the company Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. From the table, it shows that the percentage that Alam Maritime Resources Berhad has is increasing from the year 2018 to 2019, with the percentage of 36.19 to 49.56. So the percentage is quite high, and it indicates that it has a risk in the debt ratio. Later in the year 2019 to 2020, the percentage are still increasing from 49.56 to 50.91. It shows that it has a higher percentage in the height ratio. Next, for the company Icon Offshore Berhad, from the year 2018 until the year 2019, Icon Offshore Berhad debt ratio shows that the percentage is increasing from 91.00 to 91.76. The higher the percentage, the higher the risk it has. From the year 2019 until the year 2020, it shows that the percentage is decreasing from 91.76 to 52.07. So the year 2018 and 2019 shows that the debt ratio from the company is high and turned to a lower risk during 2020. Okay, next is debt equity ratio for the company of Alam Maritime Resources Berhad. From the table, the percentage from the year 2018 to 2019 is increasing from 24.64 to 27.60, while the percentage from the year 2019 to 2020 is decreasing from 27.60 to 3.60. The higher the ratio, the higher the financial risk. For Alam Maritime Resources Berhad, even though they are increasing in percentage, the percentage remains low, and it indicates that they have low financial risk. And for the Icon Offshore Berhad's company, Icon Offshore Berhad percentage of the equity ratio from the year 2018 to 2019 is decreasing from 70.92 to 61.36, and later increase in the year 2020 to 87.17%. On the year 2018 until 2019, the decreasing percentage shows that the company has quite low on financial risk, but the company cannot manage to settle down at the year of 2020, where there has been an increased percentage from 61.36 to 87.17%. Okay, lastly, for the operating profit margin for the Alam Maritime Resources Berhad, based on the table, the percentage decreased from the year 2018 to the year 2019. It is decreasing in percentage indicates that the company is not having a better productivity. Later, the year 2020, the percentage increased to 38.88% from 21.17%, and it indicates that the company productivity are better than the previous year. And for the icon offshore Berhad, from the year 2018 to 2019, the percentage are drastically dropped from 203.38% to 20.07%. Meanwhile, on the year 2020, the percentage are increasing to 31.16% from 20.70%. This shows that Icon Offshore Berhad are having a better productivity and operations throughout the year after having a problem with the productivity on the year before. Alright, so for the conclusion, Icon Offshore Berhad's financial performance is excellent in terms of liquidity ratio. Additionally, Alam Maritime Resources Berhad are better in terms of profitability ratio, which is gross profit margin, while Icon Offshore Berhad is better in terms of operating profit margin. The company can meet its obligations on time, and the company can meet its obligation without relying on its inventory. Alam Maritime Resources Berhad also points to better productivity and better operations. However, the financial performance of Alam Maritime Berhad is also excellent in terms of activity ratios and leverage ratio. In addition, Alam Maritime Resources Berhad scores well in terms of the effectiveness of a company in managing its assets and whether the size of those assets is proportionate to the size of its business in terms of sales. Overall performance, I believe that every business has its ups and downs when it comes to business performance in all possible aspects, be it financial or operational. So next, for the recommendations, Alam Maritime Resources Berhad and Icon Offshore Berhad need to focus is on way to improve the efficiency of energy consumer ships and on design challenge related to energy policy offshore structure. So both a marine construction related service-based company. That's all. Thank you.